Hey, think about basketball. See, none of y'all play basketball. I'm from Auburn. I know basketball. And the thing about it is you're just terrible. They can say all you want, Shaq, but I had Danny Marley. No disrespect to Dan Marley. He had a good tan, but he couldn't play basketball. I had KJ, Dan Marley, and they wanted me to go against Jordan. If I had D-Wade, Shaq, D-Wade carried you all the time. You had Penny, Kobe, D-Wade. If I had any one of those three, I'd have me at least 4 championships. It was just me, Dan Marley. Even when I got to the Sixers, Moses was almost 40. Dr. J was 42. We weren't going to win a championship in that time or with that team. And when I got to the Rockets, I was 300 pounds. But as I said, Kenny, nobody knows who you are. And Ernie, thank you for having me.
And then you go have Stephen A. cover this mud. How you done?
Right. How you done?
How you done? First of all,
he's like, let's go.
Charles Barkley, I don't know this beef you have for Shaq. You always say Shaq was one. But my God. He was the most dominant thing we ever seen. We never seen something like that. We never seen shit. He was the diesel. Nobody was stopping. Hell, you could have stopped him.
That's what he was saying. He like,
Stephen, you don't know what you're talking. Hey, he had Penny. You don't never body give no dream back Penny. You had D-Wade. D-Wade scored 40 points, 50 points in the finals. What did Shaq do?
He like Chuck. First of all, Chuck, you never know what it's like to be a superstar. You never know what it's like to be a Hall of Famer. I have 4 rings for a reason. They call me Big Shaq Diesel. I was 500 pounds. I carried the Lakers to 3 straight championships. We won 3 straight championships. You nothing but a great other. Kenny, I don't want to hear anything from you. You had Hakeem. You a great other too. You're not a... Yo, welcome back to another episode of the CVMK show, because it is what it is. I am your host. This is not One Pinky, One Love, One Thumb, even though that is a favorite podcast of mine. Shout out to Camden. I do love it. I would take that saying, but I'm sure it's trademark. But we're going to talk about some amazing stuff, like the Reggie Bush lawsuit, Shannon joining ESPN First Take, and some other surprises. But you know what you got to do? You want to keep seeing amazing content. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. YouTube, CVMK. I had to bring out the little polo for y'all, little 2006 for y'all, a little vintage look. Ty Tribbett GA polo. I'm back, Soulja Boy. Look, back with Fresh as I Miss by Bow Wow. But these was real out here. But I have with me a special guest. He's been on here before, and he gonna keep coming on here. Stevo Speaz. Stevo, how you doing today, man?
Hey, it's another hot one. It's another hot
one. I know that's right, bro. I was like, thank you, Lord, bro. I could. This heat.
I walked outside this morning, and my breath was like, hold on, bro. Is it again? We in hell again?
It's a little. It was rough, and I was running this morning. I said, "Oh, it's different."
Bro, I was outside for 30 seconds. I've never got that sweaty in my life in 30 seconds.
Jeez. Well, look, I'm super excited about having you back on.
Yes, sir.
I want to cover the Reggie Bush lawsuit, right? Suing the NCAA for defamation. He believes that, based on the 2020 ruling of the name, image, and likeness deal, he should have his stats reinstated, Heisman Trophy reinstated, his credentials reinstated. And I do not blame him, because I thought it was an albatross and an atrocity the first time when they took all of these things as punishment for pay for play. You look at his stats: 1,700 rushing yards, 1,740 to be exact, over 200 carries, 18 total touchdowns in 2005 alone. But in 2010, he gave up the award after the NCAA investigation found that he received benefits of several $1,000s and a vehicle that was not allowed loud at the time. Here's my problem.
That Benz.
It's wild that you can make a company millions of dollars, maybe billions of dollars. But if you take a crumb, you're the one at fault. Very plantation-like. And I just don't agree with that. Look, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it like David Ruffin told the Temptations. Nobody comes to see you, Otis. It ain't to be like that. But it's true. Nobody comes to see you, Otis. And here you are. Nobody came to see, USC's laboratory or, people come to watch him and, who was it, Matt Ryan at the time?
Matt Leinart?
Matt Leinart, yeah. And Leinart, win games, the USC Trojan style. What are your thoughts on this?
My thoughts is, and what Kendrick Perkins said yesterday on First Take. Was it Kendrick Perkins? I think it was Kendrick Perkins. Yeah. He said that, was it Kendrick Perkins? I don't know. Somebody said it. But he said they should sue themselves. The NCAA should have sued themselves a long time ago. This is just... And then, in spite... I don't know if you watched the Johnny Manziel...
Yeah, I did on Netflix. Yeah.
That's even more reason why he should get it. Because Johnny Manziel, to my knowledge, still has and still named as a Heisman Trophy winner. Yes. And we just see him say how much money he made off some player cards.
Yeah. Uncle Jeff. I watched that whole documentary and I'm like, these dudes ran a scam, created a whole story.
The story was so bogus. It was like, y'all, that's what you said. He did it. You still going, so you still getting the money. What do you mean he did it? Like, that's my whole thing. Like, so you bring that up. The whole thing with this whole situation is you sitting here tripping on him. You're bringing kids that don't have nothing,
right?
Making money off them, making more money that they ain't gonna see from some years, and that's a big if,
right?
You're getting mad because he decided to take some money from some people to put his family in another spot.
Right.
And they gave him an extra $10,000 to furnish the place. And he took a Benz. And the way that man was playing like that, can you repeat some of them stats for me real quick?
17, 40 in one season, 2005, 200 carries, over 15 touchdowns. And that's the year they almost won it all.
I think that's worth a Benz.
18, I'm sorry.
I think that's worth a Benz.
Yeah, that is worth,
And even then, he's transportation. Y'all can buy 10 Benzes off of what he did for y'all.
Right.
So the fact that y'all sitting here trying to do this, he has every right to sue y'all. He has every right, and I feel like he has a strong case. It's gonna be hard though. But this is crazy. Like the fact that he had to give it up. He should never have to give it up. Especially that now we just see this Johnny Manziel stuff. So yeah, get that man his doggone trophy back.
And I was a fan of Johnny football.
I was too.
Yeah, the Johnny Manziel story. What shocked me was it wasn't. I was feeling for him because I really see how he struggled mentally. His mental health was really compromised, and I think he was just overwhelmed. But I also saw somebody who took full advantage of the system, and then when the system demanded results, he came up short. Versus Reggie Bush, who actually had a successful NFL career. Right, like he wasn't a scrub when he was in the NFL, and the reality is Reggie Bush could have played longer. Versus Manziel, who basically throws away the opportunity in the Cleveland Browns, right, and then goes to Canadian Football League and disappears. Reggie Bush has highlights, has a Super Bowl ring,
a video game with the
Saints.
We got him in 2 video games where we know Reggie Bush. That's NCAA 7 and whatever Madden that was.
Right. So it wasn't like, Reggie Bush is just this, one-hit wonder. I mean, Reggie.
But I think what the difference was between them two is one, Reggie was a football player that loved football. Johnny Manziel basically said, like, I just wanted to go to college and play football. Like, I didn't really expect to become an NFL quarterback, nor did I think I was capable to be one. He said out his mouth, I was a fat boy playing quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Versus Reggie Bush was a real football player trying to get to the NFL. There was no plan B.
Here's what it gets interesting. NCAA says the difference is Reggie Bush engaged in pay for play. That's kind of like an innuendo, because if you give somebody a scholarship, aren't you paying them to play, to perform? Like, how do you define pay? Are you saying that through games?
Because there's different type of scholarships out here.
Right.
It's full ride.
Right. So are you saying that he threw games? Are you saying that he Pete Rose? I mean, Pete didn't throw any games, but I'm saying, like, it was a performance like, hey, I'm set at 200 yards running, I'm going to get 150, cover the spread. Like, what are you really saying with Reggie's intent? And this is why I think it's very hard to believe the NCAA. Athletes, particularly at that level, have the dream of making it. I would say 98% want to play at the next level, want to win, right? They don't come in there just to do whatever. They want to be high performers, high players. To me, they would not do anything that could possibly prevent them from going to the next level. They're only going to play in the system that is already there. Mm-hmm. How many athletes prior, this is where I think what happens is, Reggie Bush is the start of the social media era. He's at the time he was dating a Kardashian, am I right? Right before.
That was once he got to the league.
Okay, so right before that, he's blowing up. He's in Southern LA, right? And everybody's watching USC, right? They're one of the greatest shows on turf. And, he wins this Heisman. He's kind of crowned the next great running back. And cameras are all around him. And they notice that his lifestyle is a little above his projected earnings. The problem with that is, didn't the coaches know? Like, when Reggie put up the practice in the bins, nobody said anything. You know what I'm saying? When he put up to the cafeteria, like, nobody was like, man, you don't have a job. Where'd you get that car? Like, nobody says anything until years after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't believe pay for play is a real thing. If he's scamming or if he's point shaving, he's throwing games, penalty. If he's just, being paid off of his ability to draw and likeness, I think that's just part of the business, right? No.
Yeah, that's why they're trying to put this little band-aid of the NIL out there to not answer to what the real problem is. They've been playing some of these students.
Right.
These mugs is going home eating oodles and noodles. Like, some people made it like they always want to throw out, like, they get a meal plan. Like, bro, that cafeteria closed 6, 7 o'clock.
Right.
I'm hungry at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Real talk.
So how am I eat? While coaches is sitting here making $5 million. Why are they so much? What's the difference? I'm out there doing the labor. They're just coaching. Why are they making so much money? And I'm in here eating noodles and noodles. And he in the whole crib. Fat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on. Like, that's the whole thing with this thing. Like, they just never had nothing to stand on why these players shouldn't be getting played. It never made sense. Oh, you're taking away. Bro, these dudes is coming. Some of these dudes is coming from literally nothing.
Right.
While they sitting there watching a coach that's in the same organization as them, making years' money more than them, and they're not touching nothing.
Right.
They're not touching nothing, and now they're making their likeness. What, 2 years ago? Starting 2 years ago.
Right. Getting kicked out of Hooters.
Right. Now we seeing Angel Reese out here driving in a whole Benz. No problem. It should have been like that. Shoot, she bring that much attention to women basketball. What you need, she should be earning that. It's simple as that. Like y'all, why y'all getting the money? Y'all putting up the money to watch. That's it. But they're doing the work.
Hello. I know that's right.
You can't put up nothing if at the end of the day you can put it up, but if nobody watching, you don't get paid. You're getting paid now, so pay them. That's how it works.
Hey, that's the real pay for play. Pay your performers. If people are watching, you making millions, take care of them. Buy them something. Buy them a Saturn. Buy them something.
I'm pretty sure if you gave that mug a 2005 Escalade, Reggie Bush would have took it.
Would have took it. Used.
Gas guzzler and all. Get him 10,000 in his bank account. He be cool. Y'all ain't getting these mugs nothing. Now they on the, now y'all sit here mad talking about LLE is making it. Shut up. And this main people talking and this is the I got a $12 million contract for 5-year coach.
Right. Saying work harder. We're going to get into a look. Just a quick word from our sponsors.
There's a hero in all of us waiting to be unleashed. All it takes is just that one last push. Activate the hero within with CVMK Global Supplements. All natural, steroid free, designed to enhance performance, build muscle, and increase energy. You are unstoppable. You can do this. Become your own hero at www.cvmkglobal.store.
All right, y'all, www.cvmkglobal.store. I brought a product out. You need to see it for yourself, right? You're going to get the Transform. The new protein is about to be released soon. I'm working on it. I'm working on the release date. It's called The Way. The Way. But get this in the meantime. Level up. www.cvmkglobal.store. All right. Shannon has announced he's in partnership with The Vault, right? This is the Colin Cowherd Network. He will also do ESPN's First Take Mondays and Tuesdays. Shannon is winning. Why have we shifted, and I hope so, to a point where organizations understand that you need to pay me like a full-time employee, but I don't need to be here full-time because what I provide, what I bring is worth its salt. Have we gotten to that point where they can recognize, like, man, dude got it. You work 2 days a week. That's enough.
Yeah. And it's a lot of things that goes with the analytics of views that people like. They might like that spot at Mondays and Tuesdays because they realize that's the most views they usually get because that's the tip of the week where people is trying to get readjusted in their sports and everything of that factor. So they probably like, yeah, like I think, like I keep saying, I think one of the biggest influence of why they want this 2-man 2-day stuff is when the Michael Irvin aspect came around. That drew a lot. We look forward to every time they coming out there. That made everybody watch, even though if you're not a Cowboy fan, it made you pay attention to the Cowboys because you wanted to see on Monday morning at 9 o'clock, doggone Stephen A. Smith step in front of the counter with that halftime song. How did it do?
Right.
Every time. So like now it's gonna flip to the Lakers. Everybody's gonna pay attention to the Lakers. They're gonna watch LeBron every move.
Yep.
And we're gonna watch it, and it's gonna be a debate everything. Every time. So it's just, hey, he's worth what he's worth. You see what he did over there with Skip, and that was every day. So hey, they do the same thing with a lot of people in that network. The thing is also is they got so much talent. Each squad has so much talent. Like that's why that was another thing that made me break down. Because at first, when he first said 2 days, I was like, "Dang, I kind of want to see all week." But then I was like, "Dude, you got your Dan No officers, you got your Swagoos, you got your Monica McNuts, you got a lot of people there." So I understand.
Look, Shannon is box office. I wish Michael Irvin would come back because nobody had the energy like Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin would come on to it's the Cowboys. You gotta understand, Stephen A. Smith. We've been doing this a long time.
Like, when the Lord has come down and he struck right there on that 4-point star, Boy, I used to be having me crying.
It was just intense. Like whatever he was drinking, I need 2 of those. Like
bro, they did that Friday remix. That was I'm pretty sure that was the highest rating of that year.
Yeah,
that had me crying.
And when Shay, I think gonna let Shannon be Shannon. I mean, Durag, Black and Miles, Hennessy, Shannon, right?
Stephen A. You know I like this Russian creams. I love the Russian creams. I get this old hen dog in the miles. I'm doing real school for real though.
And then Stephen A. be sitting there just, while we beloviated, we coloviated, no mobiated. I'm no, just making words up like beloviated. I mean, it's a real word, but
did you have to do that? Did you have to bring the miles? Did you have to bring the liquors? What's wrong with you, man?
What's wrong with you, Dan Olafsky? JJ Redick.
Molly, this is my first time back.
Right.
I come and I gotta deal with this man, Mr. Come on the court. I could just see it, the fact that we can sit here and do a whole little monologue and we ain't seen 1 second of it just shows you how good this is about to be.
Oh, it's about to be mad ignorant. I'm looking forward to it, man. It's about to be mad ghetto. I'm looking forward to it, and nobody else looking forward to it.
Stephen A, you know that's not right. You know that's not right, man. Come on, Stephen A.
Come on, man.
Come on. But when we roll the tape up, because what you said last week, Skip, when Skip, I had the same thing with Skip. He'll say one thing, and then he'll say another. I got you, Stephen A. Watch, run the clip. I can see it now. It's going to be a constant banner. They both know what they talking about. Like I said, they're both just one of the best. They're probably both top 5 entertainers when it comes to analytics.
They are, and they need to bring on as a cameo every once a month Charles Barkley, because
he like Stephen A, think about basketball. See, none of y'all play basketball. I'm from Auburn. I know basketball, and the thing about it is just you just terrible. They can say all you want, Shaq, but I had Danny Molly. No disrespect to Dan Molly. He had a good tan, but he couldn't play basketball. I had KJ, Dan Molly, and they wanted me to go against Golden. If I had D-Wade, Shaq, D-Wade carried you all the time. You had Penny, Kobe, D-Wade. If I had any one of those 3, I'd have me at least 4 championships. It was just me, Dan Molly. Even when I got to the Sixers, Moses was almost 40. Dr. J was 42. We weren't going to win a championship in that time or with that team. And when I got to the Rockets, I was 300 pounds. But as I said, Kenny, nobody knows who you are. And Ernie, thank you for having me.
And then you gonna have Stephen A. cover this mud. Are you done?
Right. Are you done?
Are you done? First of all,
he's like, let's go.
Charles Barkley, I don't know this beef you have for Shaq. You always say Shaq was one. But my God. He was the most dominant thing we ever seen. We never seen something like that. We never seen he was the diesel. Nobody was stopping. Hell, you could have stopped him.
That's what he was saying. He was like,
hey. Stephen, you don't know what you're talking. Hey, he had Penny. You don't never body give no dream back Penny. You had D-Wade. D-Wade scored 40 points, 50 points in the finals. What did Shaq do?
He was like Chuck, first of all, Chuck, you never know what it's like to be a superstar. You never know what it's like to be a Hall of Famer. I have 4 rings for a reason. They call me Big Shaq Diesel. I was 500 pounds. I carried the Lakers to 3 straight championships. We won 3 straight championships. You nothing but a great other. Kenny, I don't want to hear anything from you. You had Hakeem. You a great other too. You're not a superstar. You don't know what it's like to be a superstar. Every time you need to talk, Kenny and Shaq, you need to look at my rings and understand I'm the only superstar up here besides me and Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. I don't want to hear from anybody that has less than 4 rings. Kenny, Shaq, please sit there and be quiet. Charles Barkley, you will never be a superstar, Charles. You will never be me. You want to be me, and I should have knocked you out in 1996 when you hit that ball at me. That's what he wanted to say. Like, I should have knocked you out.
You always be on it. You did because you didn't win. Right. That you didn't say because you didn't win. You didn't win. No, you always talking about, but I've been in I played the hard teams. I played in the finals when me and Kobe was in the thing, and I passed the ball. That's what we did. But you ain't never been. I don't want to hear it. I not get right now. I not get up. That's all gonna be there the whole
That's
time.
all it's gonna be. And Ernie be like, guys. I know Ernie gets
God, he don't even say that no more. He just sit back, put his head down. He just
right.
he don't do anything no more. They just sit back, let it happen.
All right, they do not care. You know who I would like to see though, because he never does it. We've seen Magic on everything, right? All podcasts, all networks, from FS1 to ESPN. Magic is gonna be Magic, but we never see MJ. Like, MJ just needs to do one cameo. Just come on there, and since he's no longer gonna be the owner, just be like, hey, look, this is how I really feel.
But I gotta buy a boat tomorrow, so I ain't gonna be there. Like, he just don't care about nothing. But like, I got a house to buy tomorrow, so, and I got 3 Aston Martins pulling in, and then this cigar company is getting on my nerves because they put my new line out, and then there's tequila. I gotta go over to New England because the tequila ain't out, and I'm like, bro, like, you don't talk basketball at all. Like, that, the last time we heard something, some reason, is a text message that you could have said.
You could have said it. You could have made a video. I'm going to text Stephen A. Smith live on air.
At 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right. Like, what was you doing up?
Fishing on a yacht, probably, with a cigar on his 3rd yacht.
Terrible. Let's that is terrible. Let's pivot after this quick break.
I literally just tried the best pre-workout on the planet. With Superpower pre-workout, you have increased focus and a power boost every single time you work out. It's not only packed with 225 milligrams of caffeine, but it also has citrulline and creatine. It's insane how much energy and focus I had during my workouts. If you're ready to take your workouts to the next level, then ditch your current pre-workout and get the Superpower pre-workout to be your own hero.
Y'all, www.cbmk Global. You know how to spell global? global.store. That's where it goes down. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. From fitness apparel to fitness supplements, we got you. www.cbmkglobal.store. Subscribe to the channel, CBMK. Look, I'm watching the WNBA last night. Mercury versus the LA Sparks. The game started at 9 p.m. It was actually a really good game. Though all the pretty much starters for the Suns were out. I mean, the Mercury. I'm saying the Suns was Phoenix, but it was good. And I thought to myself, I didn't even know this game was on. Like, why hasn't the WNBA figured out that nobody's going to watch you if they don't know you're playing? Like, you have to do a better job marketing it. I mean, like, they're moving up. We have NFL has every season they choose a team. Hard Knocks. We get the documentary with Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and dude. Let me not say. Let me just, what I'm talking about, dude. He on the Patriots now. He used to be the starting quarterback for the Falcons. Now he's a backup on the Patriots. There's so much anticipation, so much buildup that we know the NFL is coming, right? We know we see the highlights for Aaron Rodgers. So game 1, day 1. I watched a couple preseason games. We know it's going down. But the WNBA, it seemed like, to me, them and the big 3 have the biggest challenge of actually marketing the product. What is blocking them, from actually exercising, to me, an effective marketing strategy?
They need a TV deal.
They don't have one?
No.
Oh, I thought ESPN linked. Nothing.
I mean, they link, but it's so different. Like, one night they'll play on ESPN, one night they'll play on NBA TV, but you also have 3 other teams on NBA TV. So your team that's in your state, you probably ain't gonna see because you're gonna get blocked out if you don't have the WNBA pass, which is reasonable. It's only like $20, so it's not even bad. But it's $20 for the whole thing, so it's cool. But like it just they be on Ion, they be on NBA TV, and then they be on other little things. Then sometimes they'll be on Twitter, and then they'll be on Apple TV. Like they just don't like you never know when they're going to be on. Roku. And then even if you was I even cover this guy, and then my husband be like, "Did you watch the game?" I'm like, bro, I'm blocked. I can't see it. Jeez. For some reason they're showing me a Minnesota's Link game because they're the closest thing there, but the Sky's playing Seattle right now, and they're in Seattle, so I can't watch.
I know.
So that's their main problem is to me is that they make it so hard to watch games. They make it so and then you got certain teams I think and that's one thing about the big three is pretty much it's easier because you know where to go. You know exactly where to go. I don't know if literally WNBA can be on CBS one night, NBA TV one night, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN3. It could be on Ion. It could be on the U. You just never know, and that's the main thing. I knew the game was on. I was watching, and the only reason I knew I was watching is because the Sky and the Smart is neck and neck, and we can't afford. None of us can afford to lose, so that's the only reason I do.
Marketing matters,
and they don't market it. They main players. Like there is no reason I should have been like AJ scored 53, and they're like who?
Right. I'm like she scored 53. My cousin come to me like, man, she dropped 53. I was like, when? See, I should have been ESPN top 10. I mean, Asia drops 53 points is impressive, but I mean, I haven't seen a highlight reel, an Instagram reel, a nobody reel.
Well, that's the one thing I would say. Like, you gotta follow them on social media. Like, they do a lot of social media work. So, I follow them I follow pretty much all the teams on Instagram. I follow most of the players on Instagram. So that's how I keep up with it. Twitter as well. But that's pretty much how I do it. I'm keyed in, so I pay attention to a lot of things. I realized how good everybody is on the team. Like that's one thing about the WNBA versus the NBA. Like all these women on these teams are the best of the best. That's why if you be seeing these mud, that's why the rookies will come out and you'll be like, I don't know if she's gonna make the team. She can get cut, and she can be a top 5 pick.
I will say one thing. The WNBA will cut a player. I mean, the NBA, I feel like the NBA doesn't cut you depending on your draft pick until about year 3, and then you disappear. Right? Like the NBA will get rid of you, but the WNBA will actually cut you. It's like you still got to
because there's so many limited spots. So literally everybody on look at Las Vegas for example. Everybody on that starting 5 can be the number 1 option on if they was going to any other team.
Yeah, Chelsea Gray, Kelsey Plum, Candace. Yeah, that's your 3.
There's probably I can average probably 3 people in the starting lineup that can go somewhere and be the number 1 on any other team. That's how good these girls are. Like that's really how good these women are. They're the best of the best. So if you are not the best of the best, you're not making it. Which just shows you how good of a rookie you got to be. So, that's why, when people was like, Angel was like, I'm not in no rush to go because she know what comes with it. Like, if you're not 100% locked in, this is your life. There's people in the United States, Russia, China, everywhere that's trying to get to the WNBA as well. And it's unlimited spots. If you're not good enough, you're getting cut. Alexis Morris was just on the LSU team, one of the best dropping buckets. Cut. Didn't play a game this season.
That's true. It's definitely, I will say one thing. The WNBA, what I really appreciated about is that the competition is there. The competitiveness, the constant go. They don't take games off. I think sometimes when players get too much too soon, it's hard to be hungry, because let's take the NBA draft this year. Maybe not Wemby, not Scoot. Let's take my point guard is Paul George is the GOAT guy. Let's take him. Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller is an exceptional talent, right? And I do think he has a chip on his shoulder. But let's say he didn't have that attitude. Let's say he was just like, hey, I'm just happy to be here. I got my millions already. You know, I have nice size, nice length. You know, I can at least do this for 3 years at bum level before anybody would notice, right? It's not incentivized to perform. I think personally, and I've said this, the NBA contracts, I don't care how well you ball, your first 3 years, you should be capped at this. So you could win 3 straight championships, but you have to prove it. And then I think after that, you should qualify for max, right? Remove the hard cap, remove hard cap from the NBA, right? So you can stack teams, but your rookies have to give 3 years at a very nominal level so that we can ensure the success. You give 3, you do 3 well, you know, you get the sky's the limit. But if you know, out there just doing whatever, you know, I just think too fast, too soon doesn't work in this case.
Yeah, I'm not totally against that because, like I said, like I look at the Jaws, the Zions, like I would never gave them an extension this big.
Not that early.
Not that these dudes never 25.
Right. Not that early. I mean, John maybe, but Zion hasn't played. Somebody said if you add up Zion's minutes in like 3 seasons, 4 seasons, right? It's like 1 complete season.
Yeah.
So you've missed 75%.
And it made probably over $100 million already.
Right. And I think with the new
and then like that's the thing, like these top picks is making bread too. Like they making like 18, 19 out the gate.
Right.
So like Ja was making good money as a rookie. So them last 2 years he was cool. And then you give him an extension for over 190, like that's a lot. That's a lot to give for a 23-year-old dude. That I mean, he's proven it more than Zion for sure. But yeah, like I wouldn't have gave Zion nothing. You're not getting the extension.
First 3 years, hard cap at $200K. All draft picks get the
$200K.
Hey, look, I'll be hard. That's kind of mean. $200K is a little low because you get somebody but they would really feel taking advantage of. All right, maybe not $200K.
10.
$2 million.
10.
$2 million. $2 million.
I'm just saying Zion was making like 19 getting drafted.
Right. $2 million hard cap. Everybody gets the same pay in the draft. You do the 3. You do the 3. You survive the 3 years. You take off the NBA hard cap. You change the rules so you bring back the physicality of the big man. I'm telling you, the league will balance out and you will start seeing real like growth. Because as a rookie, you know, unless you Michael Jordan or Kobe, you're not gonna get, you're just not gonna be that guy, so
true. I mean, yeah, like I said, I'm not totally against it. I just know that's something that they're definitely gonna fight. They're definitely gonna fight that.
Yeah, they're gonna fight that $200K. They be like, "What? $200K for $20 million?" Last word from our sponsors. Hey, what's up? It's CVMK33. Look, I want you to subscribe, hit the notification bell, subscribe here, everywhere, so you can get the latest and greatest of this podcast content. Stay tuned. So subscribe, YouTube, CVMK, like, hit, share, the notification bell. Stevo, it has been amazing to be back on the podcast with you, man. Where can they connect with you?
Hey, follow me at Stevo Speaks on everything, NBA Central, all the Bears Central, all the Centrals. Follow them. We doing big things over there.
Y'all follow them. They doing big things. And if you want to keep seeing amazing content, you know what you got to do. Follow this podcast right here. In the words of Denzel, I'm going to leave with something. Follow this, YouTube at CB.
I tell you now, I will leave with something.
Yeah, I'm going to leave with something. I'm going to leave with something. YouTube at CBMK. Instagram, CBMK_global. It is what it is _show. CBMK33. TikTok, CBMK Globe. www.cbmkglobal.store. And until next time, guys. Thanks.
If you think exercise alone got me looking like this, well, think again. CVMK Global Super Thick got me right. I'm obsessed, and yeah, I won't stop talking about it because it helped me grow in all the right places. Its creatine provides a fast and reliable way to increase your power, size, and shape, and it's scientifically proven to help you reach your physical goals in a safe, controlled